Good evening and welcome to the Fenton Manor Sports Complex here in Stoke-on-Trent. Ready for some table tennis action. We are here in the City of Sport. Tonight's action is not running on the microphone just so well. Just give us a second to try to get this underway. All right, it was well tested before. Is that better? Excellent. Okay, folks, welcome to the Fenton Manor Sports Complex here in Stoke-on-Trent, the City of Sport. You're here for the European qualification match, men's team Group G match between the England Leopards and the Netherlands. It's great to be back in this venue. We were here in November. How many of you were here in November for the unbelievable match against Greece? Wonderful. I see Mike in the crowd there. Good to see you, Mike, from PG Mutual. Folks, it was a brilliant match in November, and we hope there's going to be lots of similar action here tonight. Many, many thanks to Stoke-on-Trent City Council for the ongoing support of table tennis. All right, you ready to get this show on the way? I said, are you ready to get this show on the way? All right, let's start this evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, by welcoming our officials into the arena. Please give it up for referee Jackie Williams from Wales and umpires Alex Mercer, Linda Reid and David Gould from England. And now, ladies and gentlemen, make loads of noise for our athletes. Please welcome first into the arena the visiting team from the Netherlands. Give it up for Gommers, Lawrence Plummer, Uwe Ostberger, and coach Lee Zhao. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up and welcome the England Leopards. Please give it up for David McBeath. Liam Pitchford. And Paul Drinkle. With coach Alan Cook. Could I please ask everyone to be upstanding for the national anthems? The national anthem of the Netherlands. And the national anthem of England. Now it is a couple of presentations to welcome our visitors from the Netherlands. Firstly, could I ask Councillor Terry Follows, Cabinet Member with responsibility for leisure at Stoke-on-Trent City Council, to say a few welcoming words. Councillor Terry Follows. No? Maybe not. Yeah, all right, we're good. Councillor Terry Follows, brilliant, good man. It's a bit noisy tonight, this one, but give it a go, give it a go.
Good evening, everybody. It's my privilege tonight to welcome you all to Fenton Manor. I'd like to express a warm welcome to the Netherlands. Thank you very much, Netherlands. Big hand as well. Also, we will table tennis to come back here for another session. We're very pleased to host this occasion. Hopefully, we'll go for another exciting evening. Then we played the last home match against Greece. It was an absolutely fantastic match where England came from behind to snatch a 3-2 win. So, anything like that tonight, we're here for loads. The table tennis fixture falls part of another busy year of sport in the city, which includes the return of international cycle races, the Tour Series, and the world premier female race, the Women's Tour. Both these events will be hosted in the city centre, on top of the City of Sport triathlon, while the game is taking place at the ground of the Stoke-on-Trent Gommers estate. Can I thank you all for attending this evening, and let's show your support for the England Leopards.
Terry. And the second presentation, could I please ask Brian Watkins from Staffordshire Table Tennis to present a bespoke little ceramic clock to the team from the Netherlands. Please give it a Brian Watkins, please. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Netherlands, for coming here to Stoke-on-Trent for this fixture. Okay, best of luck to all the players. Let's get the action underway. First match up will be David McBeath for England against rival Gommers from the Netherlands. And I hand over to the commentators.
Thank you very much, Johnny. It's I have here Dan Ives from Table Tennis Daily Facebook site, and my name's Colin Wilson from Corby Smash Table Tennis Centre, and we'll be delighted tonight to be carrying the commentary for you during the games this evening. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, and on the England side we have David McBeath. And David's just come, as they all have, come from the National Championships, won by Paul Drinkle. And David lost in the quarterfinals to Danny Reid. It was 2 games to love up, Dan, against Danny Reid. So he's got some good chances, and David's pretty good against some of the top players in the world on occasion.
It certainly is, and it's an exciting evening. Can't wait to watch these matches take place. Yes, McBeath's in great shape at the moment. At the Swedish Open last year, beat the Japanese player Yoshimura. Fantastic result. I think he's around 25 in the world. So McBeath, this is the first time he's playing for England in the home crowd here. So it's quite exciting, and he said today to me that he's really excited, so
excellent.
It'll be a great game.
Okay, and here we have the left-hander from the Netherlands, Rico Gommers, 21 years of age, shake hands player. Great powerful player, and he's very, very experienced on the international circuit. He played for Holland in the European Championships as an under 14, as an under 15, as an under 16, under 17 and under 18, culminating in 2013. Played in the World Junior Championships 2013, and then played in the European Senior Championships 2014 onwards, 15, 16, and also in the World Championships. So he's very, very experienced. He's ranked currently 323 in the world, and David's ranked just a little bit higher at 249 in the world. So everything to play for. Not going to be a lot in it, I guess. So it should be a very good match then.
It sure is. You can see here the left-hander reminds me a bit like Alex Perry. Short technique, good quality strokes. I think McBeath's going to have to really find his tactics. I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
Both very similar level in ranking, as you just mentioned. Should be some great table tennis.
Yeah, and Raiko just coming off a victory just last weekend in England. We just had the national championships this weekend, won by Paul Drinkle in the men's singles. We're talking about the men's at the moment. And the same competitions were held across Europe. So in Holland they had the Dutch national championships, and Raiko won it. He overturned Lawrence Tromer, who we'll see later, who's the 2016 champion, and so now we have the younger 21-year-old Raiko, fresh from his victory in Holland as national champion. And let's see if David McBeath can get England off to a good start. It's going to be the first team to get to 3 victories. So after David, there'll be at least 2 more matches, and maybe more, unless England or Holland get a clean sweep 3-0. So the matches are up to 11 points, and it's best of 5 today. Straight down into the bottom of the net.
It's chiselled. Strong.
It was chiselled. So, traditional pendulum serve, forehand from the backhand corner, short to the right-hander's forehand. That's pretty typical for a left-hander to try and do. Make it difficult for David McBeath to be able to steer the ball wide of the server's forehand, because the side spin is dragging the ball back towards Raiko's backhand, and then Raiko can attack forehand or backhand from the backhand side, and that's what he tried to do there. Yeah, and that one looked like it went off the end, but just clipped the edge of the table. David McBeath, ever sporting, said no, that touched the edge. It's 2 points to Gommers now.
Strong attack there.
Yeah, so we're seeing Gommers come right across the forehand side to play the backhand return of serve short to his forehand. Dan, and we see that very commonly now, don't we, in modern table tennis?
Yeah, I think we saw that a lot at the English nationals. A lot of the players were using their backhand, getting the ball in play first, making the advantage. Stops the server having the advantage.
Yeah, and relies, of course, upon a great recovery to be able to get back to the backhand corner after it. There he goes again, McBeath, and then back to the backhand corner. And David would have been ready for that hard attack long into his backhand. So great footwork from David McBeath.
I think this is one of David's best assets, his backhand flick. So relaxed. Really relaxed player. Lots of fluidity about his game.
Yeah, just dropping that one short into the net. The return of serve was lovely, just as you described there, Dan. Really relaxed wrist, able to take the energy out of the ball, on the heavy spun serve. Unfortunately, just dropped the next one into the net. And there's a top edge. You see how far the ball goes when they hit a top edge. They really are getting some acceleration into the bat. So it didn't catch the rubber and therefore went sky high. So Gommers back at 8-5. That's a great shot from McBeath. Great shot from McBeath into the crossover between the backhand and the forehand, and then followed up with another one just the same. Too strong for McBeath, for Gommers, and that was important. That would have been 6-8 and serving for Gommers, which would have given him a good chance. But 5-9, McBeath definitely with the edge.
Going heavy spin on that backhand flick there, forcing the error.
So Gommers having to get right over the top of that. Couldn't quite hit the top of the ball, and just went off the end of the table as a result. So good backhand topspin from David. And that's a beauty. Big forehand topspin, straight into the crossover between backhand and forehand, underneath the playing arm. And so that's first game at David McBeath, 11 points to 5. Terrific.
I think David had the tactics spot on there. Every single shot at the start, target straight to the body. The coach here, Alan Cook. Alan, fantastic coach, has worked with these boys over the last few years. They've achieved world team titles. It's been incredible what they've done, this team.
Yeah, Alan's been at the helm, hasn't he, with a fantastic run of performances from England players. Paul Drinkle, Liam Pitchford, now both in the top 40 in the world. That's fantastic. It's a little while since England have had two players ranked that highly at the same time. We've had our Carl Preens and our Matthew Syeds and our Desmond Douglases. Not so commonly for two players to be ranked that highly. So all credit to Alan to help them get to a world team bronze medal last year, and also to a fantastic Olympic performance.
Yeah, but completely agree. Of course, this is the European qualification match, so we're looking to try and get into the championship. England will play Slovakia in the playoff match.
That's right. So for your diaries, on Tuesday the 11th of April in Preston at the University of Central Lancashire, we'll have England versus Slovakia. Get along to that one, because the winner of that match will go through to the European Championships finals, and the loser of the match will go into the Challengers division. So it's a big match when we play Slovakia on the 11th of April.
That will be exciting. Gommers there trying to keep it off McBeath's backhand. Serving wide into the forehand. Oh.
Lovely serve from David, huh?
Quality.
Oh, big rally.
That's it.
Both players forced away from the table, having to use the big guns to keep the pace on the ball.
You can see the spin there McBeath got on the return of serve.
Yep. Big congratulations from Ewout Oostwoude, part of the Dutch men's trio here in Stoke-on-Trent at the Fenton Manor Sports Complex. Very grateful for their hospitality. Again, a little top edge there from Gommers.
That's good variation what you was talking about at the English Nationals. When you push long, really dig it to make it hard for your opponent.
Yep, so if you're going to push long these days, don't just plonk it on the table. Early, fast, heavy, and very, very long. And make the opponent step back and lift it, and then you can counter their topspin. So these days we're not seeing many blocks on the fourth ball, just plain blocks. We're seeing counter loops when we can, and we're always trying to get a little bit of topspin against the other person's first attack after their serve.
Completely agree. I think that's what makes the Chinese so good. They're so strong, even when they're on the defensive. They're able to counter topspin and get back into the rally early on.
Yep. Umpire Alex in the high chair, sorting out the proceedings. Great cadre of umpires here today, as ever.
6-4.
Two good serves there. Forced.
Yeah.
Best put him in the net. I think he's putting heavy backspin on the ball. which is making it difficult.
Yeah, McBeath needs at least one of these on his own serve, 6-4. And he's still sticking to that reverse pendulum side spin serve. That one, he took it very, very late, that thrown up forehand topspin. Didn't lift it enough. He got his legs behind the ball, but he didn't get the explosion off his legs, and as a result hit the top of the net and went off the end. Needs to lift it just a little bit more. Maybe take it a bit earlier, and he does. That was a little bit easier. He stayed with his legs much straighter, pushed forwards into the ball instead of just having to lift it. He dealt with the easier ball very, very well.
I think that's what we saw in the first set. David was taking the ball nice and early. Needs to keep that up.
Left, 5, 7.
You can just see the amount of side spin on the ball when it touches the net, goes over. So it really kicked off sideways. That's what the players are having to contend with. 3,000 RPM of spin.
5, 8.
So the ball's rotating on its own axis. About 50 cycles per second with the amount of spin they get on these modern rubber bats. That's a great first shot from Gommers, and David McBeath got across to his backhand to be able to block it back. And that actually proved to be a winner, because Raiko just missed the next ball. So good defence there from David. 9-5. And now 10-5. So, game point again. Will England go 2 games to love up in the first match?
Big point here, Colin.
Yeah, it's miles from the table.
Here we go.
Oh! Unlucky, David. Stayed in the rally. Nod from Alan Cook. Did his best to stay in the rally when he was forced away. Made Raiko work for it.
I think that's what you see so well from Drinkle. Able to get in the point from away from the table.
Yeah. That's a beauty from Raiko Gommers. The ball came up slightly. That heavy chop wasn't on the ball that time, the one that Dan's just been describing. And the ball came up, and Raiko was able to put it away straight down David's forehand. Reverse side spin serve and with backspin on it. Very fast one that time. Caught David out. That's a good serve, wasn't it?
Yeah, good variation. I think David was looking for the backhand flick to quickly change to play a forehand.
In the background there, we've got Tom Jarvis and Helshan, who are singing. There we go. 2 of the up-and-comers of the England team. There's Sam Walker, Paul Drinkle, and coach Alan Cook making his notes. David McBeath safely through 11-8 in that game, so he's winning by 2 games to love. Winner is the one that gets 3 games. And in terms of nation versus nation, it's the first pair to win 3 matches. Wins the whole match. So we'll play this one, then we'll play another one, and then there'll be a short break, and then we'll come back for the 3rd of the singles.
Yep, so David McBeath currently plays in the Swedish League in the 1st division. Tom Jarvis and Helshan, they're both playing in Sweden as well. Very promising, I think. Playing out in Sweden is giving them that extra quality of practice and league games. So I think these boys are really improving and doing some good stuff.
Okay, and what you heard Johnny Cowan, the Master of Ceremonies, say there is that England women who are playing tonight in Slovenia, having beaten Slovenia at home in Kent last November. We were there and absolutely loved that match. They've been playing the return leg in Slovenia tonight, and England women have won. England women have beaten Slovenia women in Slovenia tonight. The match has just finished. Congratulations to the England women's team.
Fantastic. Good quality spin there. That reverse serve is deadly, so difficult. So hard to see if it's top spin or back spin.
Yeah, very, very well practiced. You can just see how much curve he's getting just on the serve.
Can.
And keeping it short at the same time. sign of a good player is one that can spin it heavily without hitting the ball too hard. David's certainly got the touch to be able to do that.
I think you're right, it's that touch, isn't it? That the hand, the feeling.
Also critical to be able to do that on the return of serve, to take the sting out of the spin on their serve and touch it back short over the net. That time David elects to flick the serve long. What a rally. David takes it. Well done. That consistency when he's away from the table and keeps throwing those heavy shots at it. And it eventually broke down the attacking Raiko.
Just giving his opponent an extra shot to play. Got a timeout there?
I think this might be a timeout. Yep, so a 1 minute timeout called by the Netherlands. That could be called by the player or it could be called by the coach. In this case, it's Li Xiao, ex of the People's Republic of China, absolutely world-class player in her own right, Li Xiao. And she's been coaching the Dutch team for some time. And they've decided that they just need to look again at what's happening in this game, because if Gommers loses this game up to 11, then McBeath has won the match. So thinking about what they can do to get back into this one. So Li Xiao, professional player, and she plays for the Netherlands still.
Yes, won the European Championships in 2007 and recently won the Baku European Games in 2015. So a world-class player. Yep.
So all the experience of Li Xiao going into Raiko Gommers to try and get him this third and vital survival game for Holland
3-1
in this match against David McBeath. Crikey, I'm more than 10 years older than Li Xiao. I really am getting on. Still love the game though, it's fantastic.
You're looking young, Colin, it's all good.
Thanks. They say I've got the perfect face for radio. And that's a topspin serve from David. And again, you can see that David's really trying to get into the crossover between the backhand and forehand of Raiko Gommers. That one just went off the end. You could see it's almost on the centre line. And once again, David's managed to get a bit of a start in every game, hasn't he?
Yes, very strong. Very positive, aggressive. And also staying under control when he's under attack, which is so important.
Yeah, so it's a fine balance between pressuring and holding. So that, as we say at the club, that's a beauty. Absolute cracker of a backhand. Pretty much a backhand block with a little bit of extra wrist on the end of it. Took the ball wide of the left-hander's forehand. Beautiful. Yeah, one of the things we say at the club is make sure that if you're not winning the point, you're not losing it. So you're hanging on in the rally. If you're not in a dominant position, and then sometimes in a rally, the tables turn a little bit, you get your chance, and then you take your opportunity to pressure and try to break the other person down in the longer rally.
That's it. It's having that grit, isn't it? That fight.
Yeah, and we saw it at the weekend in spades from Paul Drinkle, who was taken to a final leg. There he is, taken to a final leg against Helshan. And to be honest, Paul was nearly out of it, I think, Dan.
Completely agree. Yeah, I mean, he'd done so well to find a way. Just gritted in there and managed to keep the ball on that table.
And who else was in a final game with? Was it Danny?
Danny was
Reid.
3-1 up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic game. That
Paul Drinkle, in fact, looking at it, Paul Drinkle coming back from 3-1 down, both in the quarterfinals and the semi-final. That's the grit that David McBeath will have seen as Paul and Liam have led the charge for England. So David McBeath, a little bit of a late developer, up and coming, and he'll be just soaking up the experiences that he can see that Liam and Sam and Paul have been putting in these last few years, and he wants a piece of the action, and he's getting a piece of the action now, and he's holding up really well because it's 2 games to love up, 8-4 up. Gommers has taken his time out. He can't have another one.
8-4.
David doesn't look at all bothered about wanting to take his or feeling under pressure. 9-4, 2 points away from victory for David McBeath.
David's in the flow right now.
Yeah. So they're both ranked in the sort of mid mid-late 200s, early 300s in the world. David's certainly improving. Let's see how high he can get his ranking over the next 12 months. Oh, that's a beauty. Very relaxed shot from Ryko. Actually, a bit of a thick edge, but I thought that was an absolute corker of a shot, actually. That's that relaxation you were talking about, Dan.
It is.
Superb timing.
6, 9.
That's worked quite well, that reverse backspin. It's quite hard to return.
Yeah, so Gommers started off, didn't he, with the traditional side spin on that forehand pendulum serve, but now he's cutting.
There it is again.
Oh, there it is, yes. Oh, another big forehand. And then somehow, after a big forehand from Ryko, that's what we were saying, McBeath managing to hold himself in the rally until he got the opportunity. And then Ryko unable to hold the big shots from McBeath, and that's really been the difference. David has been slightly better at returning Ryko's big shots than the other way around, and that gives David McBeath match point as a result. He's backing off slightly. I don't like the way that he's lost most of the points in the last 5 or 6 points. When you get to this stage, you really want to get the other guy off the table. 11 points, shake hands, thank you very much, then you can't do any more damage. So
Exactly.
let's see David staying positive. You can see there just a little bit hesitant. And now you see you've got a position where Ryko Gommers is 8-10. And with 2 points from his serve, Gommers is back in at a 10-all and it's no longer a match point. So I don't know if it's Alan himself calling that or David, but that's the timeout that I said he didn't need. All of a sudden, it's wise to take it at this point. Even though it's match point, it's still a bit of a tricky time.
It is. I think you need to just regroup here, think about the serve. Don't rush and hesitate, just play a good quality ball and get Gommers moving.
So Ryko has serve and therefore the choice of what to do at the beginning of the rally. So David can't predict exactly what's going on. He can't plan in a definite way. He's going to have to respond to the serves that Ryko comes up with. They'll have talked about what's likely. What he's just that little bit more alert to and ready for.
Important point, this one.
And this, yeah, you're right, Dan. This is a very, very biggie. So Ryko serving 8-10, match point down, 2 match points down. Short play. Ryko first in with an attack, 9-10. So David just needs to keep his nerve now, keep his cool. Paul Drinkle standing up. Little clap of encouragement.
Knows how important this is. Let's go.
Oh, and he's just off the end, and that's 10-all. So David just backed off slightly at 5-9. I mean, obviously, it's always the case that at match point, several match points down, means the opponent hasn't missed, which is credit to them as well. And he's off the end again, so it's definitely affected. You can just see the mental game. The margins are so tight in these games, and now look at the confidence with which Gommers is coming back to the table. So now Gommers has game point to put himself back into the match at 2-1. And David misses that first topspin, and that means it's game to Ryko Gommers. Well, you've got to give him credit for doing that. On the other hand, you've got to say that David had a couple of chances which he didn't take, Dan.
Agreed. I think Gommers played some good points there, got into David's crossover quite often. And yeah, played some good and just was consistent. Made every shot on the table. I think tactically now, McBeath needs to maybe be aggressive and maybe go a bit more wider to Gommers' forehand, get him out of play. Get into those big points where you can push back into the backhand from the forehand switch.
Yep, so typically right-hander against left-hander, there's a hole wide of the forehand. So if you play backhand to backhand, it'll be down the line, and then the backhand switch wide of the forehand can be a great aggressive shot to play. We saw David do a couple earlier that were absolutely sublime. Didn't see it so much at the end of that game. Maybe Ryko played a little bit more into McBeath's middle, crossover underneath the playing arm, so that he wasn't able to get those wide angles. But at the same time, that's something to look for if you get the chance. Equally, I think what you were saying earlier, Dan, about McBeath playing particularly well when he's playing his first topspin, backhand or forehand, and taking it early, just before or at the top of the bounce, not letting the ball drop. In fact, I think he was less consistent when he let the ball drop, more consistent when he took it earlier, which is counterintuitive because you give yourself more time, but that's the way it can work out sometimes. And so let's see if David can get back into his stride and take away the threat that's now appeared from Gommers.
That's good. They took it early, but with good spin, so he doesn't always have to go for power. Good spin, get that block back, and then play a strong fifth ball.
Yep, that's Lawrence Trommer, part of the Dutch squad, and Ewout Oostwoude will be playing. I think Ewout is going to be playing the third match here.
Let 2 love.
So Ryko giving his teammates something to shout about now. Okay, well David's fired up again now. Let's see if that aggression is deliverable whilst maintaining the touch that he needs to keep the ball tight over the net, and also to be able to soak up those heavy spins that Gommers is throwing at him.
There's a good start there, good variation. McBeath got in at 3 out of 4 times.
Well, I'm so pleased for David. He's got himself a 4-love lead. In every single game in this match, he's got himself a couple of points cushion at the beginning of the game. And there's that heavy forehand dig again. Lots of backspin, pushed it long, said, great, you go and loop it, but try and lift that. Excellent play. David looking a bit more settled now.
Let love 5.
What I love about Gommers' serve, you can't tell which side spin it's got, even sometimes until after the ball leaves his bat. Sometimes it's kicking in towards David's middle, and other times it's kicking out wide of David's forehand. David's doing very well to cope with this.
Left-hander's 10. Where's that backhand?
Oh, that one I think hit the bottom edge of Gommers' bat, just kicked straight up into the air. Luckily, David had no trouble with that one. So 6-love.
Fantastic start.
Yeah. Ev out there talking to Li Xiao, the Dutch coach. Oh, and lovely side spin. You see how that kicked off Ryko's bat.
It looks backspin, but it was heavy topspin.
It was.
Strong.
1-7.
Drifted long that time. Gommers read it, got him first. Really reminds me of Alex Perry, Gommers.
Yes, you said that at the beginning.
Yeah, it
and
really does.
His game is a bit like that, isn't
Serves, even the headband.
it? Maybe Alex sold it.
2-7.
Yeah, left-handers tend to have tricky serves, creativity, but like Pargarel.
And colourful headbands.
Yes. Oh.
And that's a beauty. Gommers running around the backhand side. Forehand topspin straight down the line with lots of power. McBeath had no chance really of getting it on balance to receive that. He did well to get his back to it. So point to Gommers, 7-3 now. And McBeath, I'm sure, will be fighting any thoughts of the last game from his mind. And just staying relaxed, positive, confident. Just looking to deliver this victory point by point by point, relentlessly, not worrying about what stage of the match it is now.
So keep the focus 1 point at a time. And just play with quality. Don't need to rush it.
Cool, that was a great shot from Ryko Gommers.
And his wrist
Loads
right
of
around
side
the
spin
ball.
on that backhand, wasn't there?
Yeah. Really coming around on the forehand side.
You can see Ryko still believes he can win. 8-4 down up to 11. When you have to win this game to stay in this first set against England.
4-9.
And that was very nicely controlled by McBeath. Nothing flashy, but he dealt with the serve, the difficulty of the serve. And that's often what you're trying to do, is just to return the ball well enough to get into a 50-50 rally against the serve. And then you've got your own serves to come and hopefully a bit of an advantage. Good David. Oh, David did nothing wrong there. Played it into the crossover, but just before he did so, Gommers guessed it ran around, got himself in a beautiful position, swung the ball wide of David McBeath's forehand. So that's 5-9. Well, technically 9-5 because we say the score is the servers score first. Gommers read that was a topspin serve and flicked it.
In first, quality stuff. Again, McBeath needs to go back to just trying to get in first.
Okay.
Focus on each point at a time.
Yeah. So Gommers really determined to play a backhand return, and he's got David in trouble. And it touched the edge of all that effort with Gommers coming back after being 2 games to love down, taking the third Herculean effort to come back, and then at 9-6, maybe a bit too late for Ryko. He'll still be frustrated that hit the edge of the table, but well done, David. So match point again, 4 match points to David McBeath.
That's 6-10.
That serves, I'll take it again. Very tricky serve. David plays the backhand return. Ball goes off the end, and that means that David McBeath puts England in the lead against the Netherlands. 1-0. Well done, David McBeath. Winning ways for England.
Yeah, fantastic start there for England there, Colin. Very strong play from David. He was very solid. Good quality on the return of serve with the backhand flick. I also think David's reverse serve was really effective against the left-hander there. England team high-fiving David there. Giving him some praise. Brilliant start.
I'm sure Cookie will give him a hard time tonight after the match about letting that last but 1 game slip. But there you go. David will have noticed. He'll have learned his lesson. He backed off a little bit. It didn't work, and he knows he needs to stay positive and go through these players to take out these world-ranked players.
Okay, folks, I'm courtside here with Ryko from the Netherlands. Ryko, tough match there in the end. You had everybody here in the venue nervous, thinking you were going to come back there. You real fighting spirit.
Yeah, it was not my best match, but I fight and I was a little bit lucky to win the 3rd set. I stayed good, nice calm, played my game, and I was lucky to win the 3rd set. And after I started really bad in the 4th set, so you take a 6-0 lead, and then it will become very difficult to make 2 team sets. And yeah, I fight, but it was not enough.
Did you change tactics at 10-6 down in the 3rd, or did you just relax and give it a go, just try and save the match? How did that work for you?
No, I tried to stay on the same course as I did in the 3rd set overall, and then just hope the quality a little bit higher, or just hoping maybe a little bit of mistakes, and it happened. And then when I had the chance, I took it. And this was a nice moment, and unfortunately I couldn't push through. So in the 4th set.
And obviously, congratulations, you became national champion in the Netherlands at the weekend. Coming here, was it difficult to start the first match when you play away from home in these European qualifying matches?
Oh, sometimes it's also good to start because it's still 0-0 and you just can start fresh, and so there's no pressure, or you can just play frank and go give it everything you got. So it's okay to start.
Good. Michael, thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the fixture. Gommers, everybody, from the Netherlands. Okay, and now I'm with the winner of that first match in this qualifier here this evening, David McBeath. David, that ended up being pretty tough at the end. Quite a battle out there, really.
Yeah, I thought 2-0, 10-6. I thought it was pretty much over, but fair play to him. He came back and he played well right at the end there. And I was happy to get it.
It's not easy, right? You go 2-0 up and then you lead 10-6. It's very easy in these matches to kind of relax. In table tennis, it happens so quickly, right?
No, it shows you how fast things can turn around. Like I said, I thought it was over, and then suddenly at 2-1, I was thinking, right, I need to start again. So.
And you got off to a great start in the 4th, and that was crucial, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, start how I started the third and get a lead, and luckily that was enough.
Excellent. Congratulations. Great hard-fought victory there. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. David McBeath takes the first match. It's England 1, Netherlands 0. Next match up for the Leopards, Liam Pitchford. And for the Netherlands, Lawrence Turmer. Second match.